Greenhouse diorama. Hello, welcome to the greenhouse diorama. Here's my hand for scale. I was going to take you on a little tour and show you, talk about how I made everything. I made the frame out of this table runner thing. There were a few of them. I inherited them from my grandmother when she passed away. And I used both these thicker pieces and the thinner pieces to create the frame. And then I just painted everything black. But as you can see, these bend pretty easily. So that's how I was able to get that arch on the frame. And then all of the window panes are plastic from my groceries. So like cheese slices, spring mix. Shout out to my friends who would save those for me. You know who you are. And then inside here, this table was made from a divider from a utensil tray that I found at Goodwill for $1. The legs are food picks. I've made some gardening tools from toothpicks and foil tape that I was able to shape. That little gardening bucket tray thing is made out of bamboo, popsicle sticks, dowels. We've got a watering can from a lipstick cap, a button, a dowel, and a wire. A lot of the plants I cut from paper. That took hours. But it was so peaceful and meditative. I also learned how to do macrame from this project for all the hanging plants. This one here, I just balled up my dried paint from my palettes. At the end of whenever I would do a painting, and then I just painted them green and glued them to string. And then some of the plants are made from fabric that I cut. Some of the plants were from a bag of aquarium plants that I found at Austin Creative Reuse. Shout out ACR. These citrus plants here, the orange tree, the oranges are peppercorns. The lemon tree, those are coriander seeds. The pomegranate, I used polymer clay and I sculpted those. The flooring is made from separated pecan tree bark and 2 different kinds of moss. It's like the spongy kind of moss and the Spanish moss. I thought that the spongy moss looked a lot like dirt, and so it gave it more of a realistic look, in my opinion. Yeah, and then I used things like beads, chapstick lids, toothpick lids, a fossil to house the plants. Got creative with like buttons and pipettes and cork to create plant stands. And then I sculpted my dog Dusty from polymer clay and a tiny me playing ukulele here in this chair that was purchased from Amazon. But it was for a diorama that my work commissioned me to do, so it was reused, so it's gotten 2 lives. I don't know if that makes it any better. And then this soil bag is actually the corner of a bag of soil that I had. And then one important detail is that this whole art piece, which is like 4 parts, it was inspired by this character from a Murakami novel called 1Q84, and I created a little book, little 1Q84 in here. My camera isn't great, sorry guys. But yeah, this is something that took me about a year to make, and it's called The Last Wall. It's going to be on exhibit at the really small museum, the location at 14th and Harvey. The opening is Tuesday, June 14th, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. And I hope to see you there.